Hello, live chatters and mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch, so named because I was born on George Washington's birthday, February 22nd, 1949, with your Sunday 12 noon edition of what is it? Oh, Pastor Doug's Depression Recovery Hour. Each Sunday at noon since July of 2017, we get together and talk about all things about mental health recovery and mental health discovery. The purpose of this channel and this conversation is to inform you about staying healthy and well, and to have you inform yourselves and support each other. We don't diagnose, treat, or recommend any medical treatments here or any psychiatric treatments, but we do bring people together to support each other. Meanwhile, the birds are flocking to my porch for the birds feeders because it's about 30 degrees and we had our first snowfall. Yip-de-doo. Cheyenne Hill, nice to see you. There was another woman named Cheyenne Espinola who used to come. I really liked. I love the name Cheyenne. Hey, Silver Moon, nice name. Kevin Wilson, Ishmael Gurley, nice to see you. Well, this is the last Sunday of 2021, and all I can say is thank Goddess. My good friend Demetra George, who I'm co-author of a book called Asteroid Goddesses. She studies the archetypal feminine, and we would say thank Goddess. Why? Because 2021 has been really a challenging year for many people, but especially me, because of all the health issues I've had having to do with a hip replacement and recently urinary frequency, disrupted sleep, minor relapse. One thing I can tell you is that last night, for the first night in 2 months, I slept without medication, and I'm telling you right now, your health is your wealth. I so appreciate my good health after it was taken, well, not completely taken away, but yeah, I mean, it's 72 years old. If you don't feel well physically, forget about feeling well mentally. All right. Cheyenne, is that you? Cheyenne Espinola, my good friend who wrote me? Good, better, best from New Jersey, the armpit of America. I didn't mean to say that. I grew up in New York. Carrie, pretty day already, walked an hour, pain included. You know, I'm trying to walk 30 minutes a day now since my hip surgery, and I'm telling you, my leg is getting stronger. It just feels so good to be getting better, to feeling better. Worst year of your life, good, better, best. Well, it was a pretty bad year for me. I've had worse years, however. Of course, I've probably been around longer than you have. Well, what's going on? This is the last day of the year. Last Sunday of the year, we normally do something on the 31st and during my depression support groups called the Burning Bowl Ceremony. We write down a list of what we want to let go of for this year and what we want to bring in for the new year. So what do you want to let go of for 2021? A habit, an attitude, a fear, an obsession. What is it you want to release, and what would you like to take its place? Let's talk about that today. This is the discussion of mental health recovery here on Pastor Doug's Radio Depression Recovery Hour. And remind you that we are funded by donations from viewers like you. We had a lot of good Christmas presents last week. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, all of you. And if you hit the like button, you don't have to give anything. It will just draw more people to this channel. We have lost about 40%. But guess what? I wrote to YouTube. YouTube has a customer service department, and they were going to get back to me today about telling me why since August we have dropped 40% views. But you know what? Even if one person has helped, it makes a difference, and certainly I get plenty of letters from you guys saying that this channel is helping you. Flip Van Wallaham, hello Douglas, suffered from AFib a week ago. It was a traumatic event. I bet it was. Again, when you get older and your health goes, you realize how important it is, and someone starts off the day with Marius, €5. Thank you so much. What country do you live in? Appreciate your donation. It makes a big difference to me. You know, not that it's life and death, but you know, this is an energy exchange, and when you can get send some green energy my way, I really appreciate it. And of course, the whole motivation behind this whole channel and my whole ministry is love and service. Pedar Shields, you've been out of commission the last 5 weeks. I've been trying to get people to get on your mailing list, but you're not here, and you are. So let's hear about CBT, the latter days, and all sorts of good things. Leah Benetti, you are so right about that. Physical pain leads to emotional pain. I've been telling my doctors that to no avail. Well, they don't know, right? And Peter Shields steps up to the plate with his €10 donation. Thank you, you guys from the European Union. Really appreciate it. This is my heart and soul, this work, and I'm so glad to be able to share it with you every Sunday morning. I always wanted to be a minister, but I grew up as an atheist. I had no faith. Funny. I was actually studying at the Unity School of Christianity, but this is Sunday. This is my chance to share my ministry. What is my ministry? My ministry is that no matter how bad you've suffered, no matter how bad your depression is or anxiety, you can get well. Health is our natural state. We are creators of the Most High Divine Spirit, and our wellness is our natural state. And thank you, Cheyenne, for $20. That is amazing. Appreciate your emoji, especially with the cup. Really, really appreciate it. So, thank you, the three of you, for starting this chat out with some real generosity. In the meantime, I'm going to write something down. Health is our natural state, right? So anytime you get unhealthy, this is according to Unity and metaphysics, you are leaving your natural state. So what do you have to do? Get back to it. Now, of course, this is what modern medicine is for, right? You have a cataract. 300 years ago, you can't see. Today, laser surgery, bing, you can see. So things do go wrong. These physical bodies are meant to break down and eventually collapse, right? I'm 72 years old. I'm thinking about my death on a regular basis. But in the meantime, we can stay healthy and well. When things do go wrong, we have the power within ourselves to heal ourselves. And with the wonderful advent of modern medicine, modern psychiatry, there's never been a better time to be mentally ill than today. That's a joke. And Carrie Douglas, have you ever heard of GABA? Absolutely. It's one of the most common receptor sites in the body. Alcohol and Klonopin both work on the GABA receptor sites to essentially relax us. Thank you, Cheyenne. Well, you guys who gave money, what's your questions? What would you like to know? How would you like support? And if you don't need support, just let us know how you're doing. I appreciate it. Roman Dagidyarv. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to stay here for a while. It's been a hard couple of days. I like that. Hard couple of days fighting negative thoughts exhausts me. It is exhausting. And by the way, I did a video a week ago called Getting Through the Holidays or Beating the Holiday Blues. I'm telling you, I am so glad it's the day after Christmas, because as I mentioned in the video, I have no family here, only my brother in New York City. And it is kind of lonely and alienating when everybody else is having their big families and their Christmas tree dinners and all this stuff, or their Christmas Eve dinners. But I'm always glad when the holidays are over, and I'm really always glad to welcome the year 2022. My date of birth, 2/22/49, 2022. It's got to be good. How are my holidays, Douglas? Barely got through them, but one good thing happened during the holidays. I met a wonderful acupuncturist at my local clinic named Angie, who gave me a treatment which within about 3 minutes took me out of a panic mode and suicidal thinking into a state of rest and relaxation, the parasympathetic state. I'm not doing a video on it about how acupuncture can modify the experience of anxiety. There are certain points along the kidney meridian that can really calm down your fears. It was absolutely a miracle what happened to me. I am so grateful for that treatment. That was a week ago Monday. A week ago today, last Sunday night, I had a horrible night of sleep, wandered around the neighborhood for hours. It was like I was back in the mental hospital again. But the next day, one acupuncture treatment got me back on track. So be expecting that video next week. How acupuncture stopped my anxiety in its tracks. Anyway, what's the deal with Douglas Bloch? Jerry Seinfeld? Well, I don't know. You're from Canada. You let me know. What did I get Joan for Christmas? A wonderful Thai dinner last night at Thai Noon, a great restaurant here in Portland. Got her takeout. She thoroughly enjoyed her veggie delight. Leah Benetti, need to release the constant feeling that everything has to be perfect. Of course, that's a perfectionistic state of mind. I can't make decisions or get along with my family because I'm trying self-talk, even change the terminology. Oh, because of that. Well, how did you get the idea that things have to be perfect? That must have been programmed in you. The world is imperfect, in case you haven't noticed. So, it's just good to accept reality the way it is, if you can. Yo, Chiri Chan, I'm 37. I think about my death all the time. Physically, I'm very healthy, but mentally, I'm an absolute mess. Well, so was I at 37. Have no fear. There's hope. And so what are you doing about it? Well, you're reaching out for mental health recovery, right? For therapists, for psychiatrists, nurse practitioners. You're exercising, watching your diet, reaching out for social support, everything we teach here. Bruce Bloch, Bruce Bloch, Cheyenne, made his transition on September 10th, 2021, the 36th year anniversary of my moving to Portland. This is one of the reasons it's been a very, very hard year for Joan and myself. Every day we talk about Bruce, every day we miss him. The way he died was so touching. He wasn't well. We didn't know what was wrong with him. We made a doctor's appointment. It was during COVID, it is during COVID. We had to wait 4 weeks. And then he went out the door in the back. They said if he doesn't come in by 2 o'clock, we're not going to see him. And at 1:55, he showed up ragged, horribly looking. He had a grand mal seizure in my living room. We took him down to Dove Lewis, where he was diagnosed as having cancer, heart disease, and kidney failure all at the same time. And so we put him to sleep the next day. And I made a beautiful video of Joan, which I'll show you right now, saying goodbye to Bruce. But it has been absolutely just heart-wrenching to lose this cat, as many of you know who have lost cats or other pets. Beautiful day in Oklahoma? Well, that's good. How can I be so jolly about depression? Who said I was jolly? I've been hospitalized 4 or 5 times. I wouldn't call that jolly. Susan Jones, glad you can join us even for a little while, Roman Decaturov. Hope your days are less hard moving forward. Well, what goes down must come up is what I say. I now say I'm Goldilocks instead of saying I'm a perfectionist. It's a little kinder sounding. Huh. Not quite sure how Goldilocks has to deal with perfectionism. You are such an incredible person. You don't know how much you impact us. Well, thank you, Jerry. I didn't really quite get your show, the Jerry Seinfeld show. I didn't like it, but you were a very good stand-up comedian. I'll say that. Avocado Man, I love your name. Oh, Mr. Bruce, so sorry. He was so loved. Absolutely. I'm going to find this. I'm going to find this video of him right now and show it to you. It brings tears to my eyes, really. Okay, so in the meantime, Ronald hello. I've been trying to contact you, sir, for a month. Okay, I'd like to ask you something. I've been trying to help my friend to heal from depression, and I translated some of your videos to help her. Well, that was kind of you. Not jolly, but optimistic about depression. Well, I would say I go back and forth between optimism and pessimism. When I was on that acupuncture table last Monday, all I saw ahead of me was a void, nothing to focus me, complete invaliding on my pain and wanting to end my life. That's how I felt Monday at 11:30 a.m. Last Monday, the 20th of December. So that was not optimism. But then this amazing treatment got me back on track. So I go back and forth every day. And the reason I seem jolly now is because as an extrovert, I need people. People give me energy. People give me joy. And so doing this show with you really, lifts my spirits. If you had seen me like 20 minutes ago, you wouldn't think I was that optimistic. So the optimism you're seeing in me is about my enjoyment about being here, and also I'm trying to model it for you because in general, I think that love is stronger than hate. I think as wellness is stronger than sickness, and I have seen so many people come out of the pits and resurrect themselves that, my phrase, of course, is never give up, because like the phoenix, you can rise again. This is from a wonderful woman named Julie Hayes, used to be a member of this live chat. She sent this to me as a thank you. She did this herself. This is why I can be optimistic, because even when you die and you're burned to ashes, you can rise again. So, I hope that explains my philosophy. I've collected a lot of info in Spanish. I'd like to share it to people who don't speak English on my channel. That's beautiful. Depression sucks. I've had it for 7 years, and I've had it for 54. How's that? I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Anyway, yeah, it does suck, by the way, English. I want to validate that. What kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? A physician. Oh, that's very cute. Yeah, you can have my permission to upload my stuff in Spanish. Absolutely. I used to speak Spanish fairly fluently. Hey, Josh June, nice to see you. Okay, so camera. I don't think the Bruce video is actually. By the way, this is how it looked this morning. First snow of the year in Portland, Oregon. Anyway, I'm trying to find the video to show Cheyenne of Bruce's passing. And I'm sure we're going to find it. It's going to be very, very touching. I need to put in this old album. Okay, here we are, the roses, you know.
So many people. You're just a beautiful little being, and we thank you as we bless you, and we surround you with light and love as you make your transition, as you became. So, Bruce, our whole reason for doing this is because the vet said that, you know, it's very discomfortable being in this body, and we don't want to see you do through any kind of needless suffering.
And that was it. That was Joan's goodbye to Bruce. Said she didn't want to see him go through any more needless suffering. And 3 minutes later, the vet came in and gave him some a very strong barbiturate, or it was actually an anesthetic, and he just closed his eyes and went to sleep. Anyway, you know, when people have been telling me for 20 years now about their pets, how important they are, and losing a pet's a big deal, I kind of got that through empathy, but after having happened to me, so it's really, really hard. So we're making a promise, Joan and I, to get a brand new Bruce, a cat, after the first of the year, but nobody will ever replace Bruce. He was one of a kind, and I'm going to make a video in honor of Bruce called The Life and Times of Bruce Bloch. Stay tuned. It's going to be a documentary. I'm looking forward to 54 years of depression now and then. but it's not constant, English. It's episodic. You see, major depression comes in episodes. That's why, you know, if you're in the pit, you're going to come out of it, right? You're good for 10 years, you have a dip. 5 years, a dip. 20 years, you have a dip. But it's not constant. That's the stymie. If I had to go through 54 years of one of my episodes, I would have checked out a long time ago. So yeah, depression comes in episodes. Is it wrong word to say that I never experienced snow in my life? Why would it be wrong or weird? I've never experienced a UFO. I don't think that's wrong or weird. I've never been to China. If you haven't experienced snow, you probably live, you know, in the southern and somewhere in the tropics. I don't know. Thank you so much for sharing an intimate moment in your life. Such a beautiful passing it was, Cheyenne. It's just, oh my God. Animals really open the heart. It just, and when he came at the back door 1 minute before he needed to, I mean, I know he showed up for me and Joan, because otherwise he would have died, you know, in the woods somewhere without us being there. He was that close. But he got a beautiful send-off. He was surrounded by me, by Joan, by the vets. And now we're going to go down to Dove Lewis and we're going to hang a beautiful, beautiful leaf on a tree. Actually, it's going to be a picture of a dove, I believe, in honor of his name. And I'm going to videotape that ritual and then play it back for you the next time we're on the air. Because this cat, I'm telling you, was not a normal being. Thank you, Cheyenne. And again, thank you for your donation. Let me see how many people we've got right now. We used to have like a 70 or 80 or 90. We've got 42. We can definitely do better than that. So hit that like button, will you guys? That'd be great. You want everything to be just right, like Goldilocks. I thought that was the three bears. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Christine here, yes, just diagnosed with FTD, frontotemporal dementia. Yes, thank you. Christine was a beautiful, beautiful member of our support groups for many, many years. She moved down to San Diego, I believe, and she's really struggled with mental health issues. Now it looks like, I don't know if frontotemporal dementia is, but I know the lobe up here is the executive decision-making lobe. The frontotemporal lobe, and dementia means dementia. So, well, you know, just follow what the doctors say. Maybe they can, you know, give you some treatments. But in the meantime, exercise, social support, humor, you know, we need to do everything we can to stay well, even when the odds are against us. Losing a pet is the same as losing a child, says our friend, probably from Asia. Woo, I just missed you. Wow. Losing a pet is the same as losing a child. When my parrot died, I was in an emotional wreck for days. Yeah. Yo Kiro-chan, I didn't mean to be presumptuous when I said you were probably, it was an Asian name, but what is your nationality? I'd be curious, and I also appreciate all the wonderful comments you make on this chat. The conspiracy theories I've heard about the pandemic are bad, says Dean Noble. I wonder why I'm living. I thought it would be better if I give up on life. One day I will experience an event and I will be glad I held on. Of course you'll be glad you held on. I would have taken my life. I could have taken my life many times. If I had taken my life in 96, 97 when I really wanted to, I would not have raised my godson, my goddaughter. I wouldn't have written the book Healing from Depression. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't have a podcast. All of the meaning in my life came after 47. And if I had offed myself during any of the episodes before then, I would have missed out on the purpose of my life. So we must stay alive, do everything we can, because the best is yet to come. Now, if you're in chronic physical pain, that's another story. That is hell on wheels. My brother's got it. So I really can't tell you. I was in chronic physical pain this summer because of my operation, but I knew it was going to pass. So I can't speak to the pain sufferers, physical pain, but I can speak to the emotional pain sufferers. And I know, having been through emotional pain since I was a very young age, it does come in waves. And if we can hang on, what did they say in the Bible, Padar Shields, right? I will turn your sorrow into joy, right? Though they that sow in tears shall reap in joy, right? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. So, times of pain and misery are usually followed by times of joy and positivity. Look at all my friends who lost their spouses and then remarried and found great happiness. So anyway, that's my feeling about holding on. The Chike Show. My parents don't believe in antidepressants. They say I'm going to go crazy, but I don't know if I should take them. Well, it's not up to your parents, is it? You need to talk with your psychiatrist or doctor and make a decision yourself. Antidepressants are not a panacea. They work for many people. They don't work for other people. It's trial and error. You don't know whether they're going to work until you try it. You usually should start out at a very low dose and, of course, be under the supervision of a prescriber. But they help many people. That's what I can tell you. And if they don't help, well, then it's on to something else. But that's a very personal decision between you and your prescriber. Lily LaRose, for you and Joan and Bruce, I miss him. He would sit on my lap. Absolutely. Again, Christine was in this group. What Bruce would do is we had a chair out for him, like Elijah, and he would, every week, he would sit in that chair, look at the members of the group as they were checking in, sometimes go over to the members. And I tell you, this cat was a therapy cat. He was a spiritual force. Yes, but so beautiful. Ronald Ha, I really appreciate your content. It helped my friend as much as it did for me. I'll do my best to help as I can, of course. So the way that you can help, when you get better or someone helps you, you need to pass it forward, pay it forward, and help someone else. That's why this whole channel exists. I told myself if I ever made it through the horrible episode I was going through, I would take what I learned and share it with others, and that's what this is about. It's almost 12:30 after the hour. We had a couple of nice donations at the very beginning. Let's see if we can return to that. We had Cheyenne paid our shields, and Marius. You can give as little as 99 cents to help support this channel. And as I say, hit the like button. We'll get more people coming here and coming to the videos. All right, a little, advertisement. Animals have their own powers. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What was Forrest Gump's email password? Forrest1. Didn't see the film. Okay. How did they diagnose it? Was a neurologist? Good question, Leah. All right. Technically, I'm an Asian, but my family is from India. Oh, wow. The name Yokiro-chan comes from a line from my favorite video game. Aha. Very interesting. Thanks for that explanation. Barrett Mason, one of my favorite live chatters. Glad you're on today. Today feels bleak. Well, yeah. Oh, your cousin died by suicide at the age of 43? Very, 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 very sad. Wow. Yeah. Very unusual for cats to do that. They usually hide when they know they're dying. Yeah, he knew he was dying, but he showed up because Joan and I wanted him to come. We wanted to get him help. And it took him so much energy to show up at that back door. I know he did it for us. I'm telling you guys, I am a believer in the power of animals and pets. I never would have thought it, but these are sentient beings. They connect to us. They relate to us. It's amazing. Joe Osteen's plumber found money hidden in his walls. Very suspicious. Is that true? That's very funny. Speaking of English, where's Danielle? She's usually on here. Looking for more ways to develop social support. Always a good thing, Lisa. My wife is always at her sister's. I feel better for it. She can stay there. Wow. Pastor Joel Osteen, all of his sermons are very uplifting. Yes, I listen to them all the time on Sirius XM. I've missed you all. I'm headed to the park. Have an amazing day, everyone. Cheyenne, do you live in San Diego? I know you live somewhere in California, I believe. And there is Lisa. Her weekly donation of $13.99. Peace be with you all. I love you too. Thank you for being here, Lagai. I know you're going through the loss of your father. And don't you have a new pet yourself where you moved? Anyway, one day we will meet somewhere in Glacier Park. Yeah, I know that joke. I told my doctor I broke my arm in 2 places. The doctor told me to stop going to those places. It's an old Catskill joke, but I love it. You look forward to Sunday afternoons now. You're more than welcome, Jennifer. What part of the country are you in? What time zone? 46 people. Let's see if we can hit 50. That would be really nice. It's good to help others and care about animals, isn't it? It's a natural knowledge that makes us feel great to see humans smile or animals feel care. That's how nature works. Absolutely. We are hardwired to care for each other, to nurture each other, to bond to each other. I mean, human beings are pack animals. We are social animals. We have made it. We have thrived because we are dependent or interdependent on each other, right? I mean, the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, all those animals are so much stronger than we are, but we've bonded together. We've created civilization. It's amazing what human beings have done, really. Except, of course, you know, they have a very dark side, like, you know, war, murder, rape. I mean, it's really... Mother Teresa of Calcutta once said that every human being has a Hitler and a Saint Teresa within them. She's absolutely right. The line between good and evil cuts across every human being. That's the human paradox. Stuart Kaufman, a fellow Yid. Hello, Douglas, my friend. Nice to see you. Yes. A new kitty and puppy. Wow, ragdoll and lasting. Well, guess what? You're giving me hope that we can get a new cat and have ourselves revived. My new puppy, Pinky, is a joy. Well, Christine, that's fantastic. And see, my German Shepherd named George cried until I went into detox for alcoholism. What a blessing now. I am sober and well. What a blessing for you and for George. All right, good discussion. We're exactly halfway through the hour. The sun is out. The snow is melting. I'm going to take my walk. My physical therapist says I must walk 20 minutes every day. 47 people. We haven't hit the 50 mark. Let's see what we can do. All right. Pinky is a combination of a mutt, a chi, and a Jack Russell. How to deal with emotional numbness, Ali? Well, find out what's causing it. If it's depression, seek help for depression. Yes, thank God for the gift of life. Absolutely. Value in you. Nice to see you here. Yes, Value, we wish you health and happiness. I'm a dead man walking. Well, value in you. Guess what? This is what happens to dead men. They rise from the ashes right here. So you keep putting one foot in front of the other, and one day you're going to feel better. This is a book I wrote about my memoir. This is a book I wrote about my worst depression ever. It's now on audible.com. It's also an ebook. When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop, Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. So what did I do when I was going through hell? I kept moving forward. So if you're a dead man walking, keep walking. Keep walking. Walk through the valley of shadow of death. It's not your home. You're not building a condo there. You're walking through it. So keep walking value in you, and of course reach out for help. If you send me your email, I'll send you this wonderful list of all these self-care activities that can help you feel better. Of course, one of them is going to counseling. Here's the side that says boost your psychological immune system. Send me an email, and I'll send you that diagram. Here we are. Laugh out loud jokes for kids. Did you hear about the mathematician who was afraid of negative numbers? Start again. Did you hear about the mathematician who was afraid of negative numbers? He'd stop at nothing to avoid them. That's not from this book. That's too sophisticated. That's from me as a math teacher. The math teacher was so afraid of negative numbers, he'd stop at nothing to avoid them. All right. So, last Sunday of the year, what do you want to let go of? What in 2021 do you want to release? And what do you want to welcome for 2022? The next time we see you guys, it will be the 2nd of January in a brand new year. I missed Lazy on Lunch? Yeah, what happened? Well, I guess she's taking the week off. I know your cousin died by suicide. What a sad thing, huh? By the way, I have a what do you call an alligator that way? Sylvester, an investigator. That's really bad. Oh, you've suffered a lot of loss, Josh. Well, God bless you. Wow, and your sister? Do you have any support? Friends? Other family? Therapist? Sadness is a heartache. Deep, prolonged, painful sadness is a heartbreak. Depression is when the heart is destroyed. Yes, the heart is destroyed, but the heart is resilient. It can resurrect again. My God, I went into 4 mental hospitals after 4 breakups, and yet I survived. How can I get that chart, Douglas? Well, you can get that chart. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? I'm letting you know as soon as I pick this up. You can email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. And for those of you who have friends who might be feeling suicidal, there's a website called overcomingsuicidalpain.com. Highly recommend you go there. I put 3 years of my life into creating this website. You're seeing a therapist? Excellent. You're taking care of yourself. That's wonderful. Charlie Brown's Rebellion. We're having these sort of mutual aid of the soul conversations at Lucky Burrito Art and Music Channel. We need one another now more than ever. Wonderful that you're doing that. So where do you think Lazy One Ranch is? Probably with her animals somewhere. You're awesome, Doug. Seriously, you are. You're loved, but feeling nothing isn't living. It isn't life. You're right, value in, but it's not permanent. Are you suffering from depression? If you are, go seek help. Find a therapist. Find a psychiatrist. Try TMS. Try ketamine. Try all the wonderful treatments. This is not permanent. States in the brain, except for dementia, which is dementia is a structural change in the brain, right? The plaques. But depression, anxiety, they are problems with the brain circuitry. Circuitry is not permanent. Circuitry can change, right? You just have to rearrange the molecules or the electromagnetism. That's what happened to me when I got electroconvulsive therapy, when they did grand mal seizures in my brain for 1 whole month. It rearranged the chemical soup, right? See, states of consciousness, states of mind, states of feeling, the Buddha will tell you, everybody will tell you, they're coming and going like waves coming and going. So the fact you feel crummy, the fact you feel like you're a dead man walking, this is a state. This is a season. We just had the winter solstice. What's going to happen in 3 months? We're going to have the vernal equinox. We're going to have spring, followed by summer, followed by fall, followed by winter, followed by spring, followed by summer, followed by fall, followed by winter, spring. Everything's changing, right? So you weren't always this depressed, I'm sure. I hope not. But you're not always going to be like this. And a matter of fact, there's a lot of videos on my channel, on this channel, that talk about that. But they all basically talk about the same thing. Hey, we hit 50 people. That's great, isn't it? Here's the 4 words that saved my life. Four words that saved my life. This too shall pass. Yes, of course, great, the days will be getting longer. I'm a chess player, chess dad. I teach my godson how to play chess. It's a wonderful game. Did you see the Queen's Gambit? I don't think it will take much for 2022 to be better than 2021, because 2021 was awful. So 2022 doesn't have to have a high bar to jump over. Yo, Chiro, John, I agree with you. Mark Glenn, thank you for the live stream. Doug, I thought I had depression for 35 years. I just got diagnosed. It turns out I was more like OCD with related depression and anxiety. Get help and keep on going. Good for you. You know, again, anxiety can produce depression. Saludos desde Nicaragua. Nice to see you. Hablas español? Of course. There's a VIP gold membership. I wonder where that is. Oh yeah, calm is just basically magnesium. It does help for anxiety. Happy snow day from Seattle. Hey, it's snowing in Portland also. Sad rat, got a lot worse at the end of last year, got worse since then. Feeling a lot of dissociation right now. Can't sleep due to the pain. Is that emotional pain or physical pain, sad rat? Either way, you should go find a professional to help with that. I went to an acupuncturist because I couldn't sleep because of my anxiety, and in one session she helped me. I'm telling you, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to basically express my gratitude. What did Elie Wiesel say, the survivor from the Holocaust? No one could be more grateful than someone who has seen the dark of the night. I'm butchering this quote, but when you've been through hell like I have, and a little tiny piece of light comes your way, or beam of light, it's like there's nothing like it. And here's a little fun. Jennifer Tiana, love your name. Thank you for your $4.99 donation. And yeah, thanks for being here. Keep on keeping on. Put one foot in front of the other. This too shall pass, etc., etc. The sunset's already 7 minutes later. Yes, Kevin Wilson. You must live pretty far north. What's your latitude? What do you recommend if my friend cannot afford a therapist? Well, you can maybe find a pastoral counselor at the church you're in. There are online support groups. I'll give you a website you can go to. Also, there are some low cost or free therapists in town, depending on where you live. And also 12-step groups. Have close to 30 sessions acupuncture for pain. Think TMS help more? Yes, everything works differently for everybody. Anyway, to the person who, Ronald, here's a website you can go to. Find some support groups in your area. That's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And you can also go to the depression bipolar support they have also for free groups. You know, everybody should have the right to have counseling. It should be a right, not something you have to pay for. Okay, there we are. Thank you, Adonis. I don't trust atoms, they make up everything. 62 people. Thank you, Ann C. Appreciate it. Funny joke. Adonis Gomez. Hello, guys. I suffer from anxiety, a little bit of OCD. I've been medicated with fluoxetine, which is Prozac. But I not only rely on pills, I do breathing techniques, a bit of meditation, renting. I didn't know you were a landlord. Anyway, no, it's wonderful you take a holistic approach. According to Kelly, Kelly from Texas, miss you, guy. Support groups on Facebook. It's good for something. And here is Robert Jenkins. Robert Jenkins is a man, when I met, he was down and out. He had horrible OCD thoughts. He was hospitalized. It was affecting his relationship. Things were really bad, and he, I think, came out the other side. Merry Christmas into the upcoming new year. Being through hell like I was in my thoughts, me going through the VA was my light in the tunnel. Compared to last year, I've done a complete 100 degrees. Happy New Year. There you have it, Robert. I'm going to take a picture of that. Hey, would you please, would you mind being interviewed on my Back from the Brink? We can do a video remote interview that you can tell people what you went through and how you got out, how you resurrected. You would give comfort and support to so many people if you did that. That's what my Back from the Brink videos are. So I'm going to send you an email or give you a call. And it's completely voluntary. I can see if you don't want to do it, no problem. But I may at least mention you, not your name, but mention your wonderful recovery to give hope. Now, there's a person here who said he was like a dead man walking. Maybe you can reach out to him and let him know that there is hope. Okay. Just getting rid of somebody who's shouldn't be here. All right. Thank you for letting me do that. Oh, Nicaragua. Yes, I want to let go of chronic health problems, money problems, fear, loneliness, and low self-esteem. I welcome good health, financial security, competence, strong support, commitment, self-love. Wow. Well stated. Hello from Michigan, Candy. Arswan Malik on YouTube says anxiety can be a superpower. It's telling you something. It can be a motivator. Yes, it can also drive you absolutely nuts. Hi from Cleveland. Life, nice to see you again. Anxiety can be a motivator to reach goals. I understand how that could be true. Absolutely. Symptoms are scary but normal and harmless. Yeah, but they are scary. Before we get to 22, I want to see terms and conditions. That's very funny. All right. Robert, I'm so glad for your resurrection. I always believed in you. Hello from France, Bruno. Barbara, thought unknown. Nice to see you. How do you get over the fear of schizophrenia? You just tell yourself that's an irrational fear and say, cancel, cancel. Just because your sister has it doesn't mean you're going to get it. Thank you. Even though she doesn't speak English, I'll check it out. Also, there must be sites on the internet that can help that are in Spanish. Absolutely. S-Con, why is it that almost all doctors and psychologists are so eager to medicate people instead of giving treatment without considering medicine as their first choice? Well, probably because of insurance. Don't have really a lot of time to do therapy. That could be a reason. 12:47, we have 64 people. Let's see if we can hit 70. It's the last Sunday of the year, the last Sunday of 2021, and I say goodbye and good riddance. Although some good things happened to me this year. I saw the Queen's Gambit, which was wonderful. Developed a stronger relationship with my best friend from New York. That was wonderful. Another year with Joan. That was wonderful. I'm alive. That's wonderful. But losing Bruce, having a hip replacement surgery, which actually was good because now, with 4 months of pain, I can walk better than I could before, and I can start to climb hills and go on hikes, in national parks and in Columbia River Gorge, which I couldn't. So I guess the hip replacement surgery wasn't a bad thing, although it was painful for many, many, many months. It had a good result. So I'm going to reframe that. I'm going to say a good thing in 2021 is that I had a hip replacement surgery. That's a positive thing. There you have it. So, but there are other bad things like losing Bruce and having this new urinary retention problem and having problems with my cholesterol and seeing a good friend die. But, that's life, a combination of good and bad. Yes, as Khan, I agree. Therapy should be considered first. meds second, unless, of course, the person's having a psychotic break or a panic attack. Anyway, whatever it is, work with your mental health professional. I canceled so many intrusive thoughts this morning. Well, good. I hope some of them went away. Let's all list good things that happen in our lives. Actually, 10 pounds from life, right? No, Mark Glenn. That's right. From the UK. Yeah, I think have we spoken before? Maybe not. Anyway, thank you. Yes, hit that like button. My panic attacks almost convinced me you're going crazy. That's what panic attacks do, but you're not going crazy. Yeah, you're right, Leah. Low-cost counseling due to the pandemic. Hey, from Syracuse, Karen. I used to work and go to school in Rochester. Huh. Thank you for all your comments. That's cool. 11 minutes left, 64 visitors. We've had an active day, the last Sunday of 2021. Yeah, you know, what can I tell you, huh? I believe the overall arc of consciousness is good, in the sense of I do believe we are evolving. What did Martin Luther King say? The arc of moral justice is long. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Absolutely. Things are really bad right now, but still progress has been made. Just think, women couldn't even vote like 110 years ago. How ridiculous, right? People used to go to lynchings for picnics in the Deep South, if you can believe it. Yes, it happened. So, progress has been made in the realm of social justice and equality. And with all the problems this country has, I am really proud to live in America overall, and I'm glad I'm here. And for all the sins of this country, it also has a lot of really wonderful qualities. Yes, let's watch less news and violent television. Hadar Sari. Oh yeah, Dr. Horst Carker, there you are again. A few months ago, my phone was hacked and it traumatized me, and since then I'm paranoid that someone is or will spy on me. It's my phone. I don't trust anyone anymore. Well, I'm sorry that was traumatic. You should definitely go see a good counselor or therapist and see if you can work through that fear. All right. Again, what would you guys like to let go of for this year? What would you like to release, and what would you like to bring in for the new year? 65 people. Let's see if we can hit it over 70. Hit that like button. That said, I'll still keep my positive outlook to things, and for the next year, it may be dangerous, but I'll try to overcome it. Nice work. Yo, Chari Ken, you live in Canada. Yeah. All countries have problems, not just the United States. Adonis, somehow I'm aware of that, but stupid me Googled symptoms of anxiety. The word schizophrenia came, my system has it, so I became so freaked out, read the symptoms. So look, you've conditioned yourselves. You can break that. You hypnotize yourself. You can break that pattern. I'm really not aware of that. Are you? Yes, Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Well, it's sad. We've got a couple of trolls here. I know. I'm getting rid of them. But it's sad that has to happen. But, you know, again, this world is filled with a combination of good and evil. You can't really avoid it, can you? Thank you, James Hadaway. Always nice to hear from you. Hi, Douglas. Merry Christmas. I hope we have less fear and new inspirations. Absolutely. Yes, her loss, I had weight loss. After that, I had an overthinking problem. Is related or not? I'm not quite sure what the question is, but any overthinking problem should go see a good counselor. Hope you and Mrs. Bloch have a lovely time. Thank you, Alice16, one of my favorite people. Genesis return United was the best part of 2021, although seeing Phil Collins in such poor health is sad. Genesis obviously is a rock group that I've never heard of, but now I've heard of it. Thank you, Jennifer. I reported also. You can't have good without evil. Well, that's a profound statement. Absolutely. So, to recap, December 26, 2021. This is the Pastor Doug Depression Recovery Hour number 244. Going since 2017. This channel has been going since November of 2012. We have over, if you can believe it, 600 videos on mental health recovery, including live chats. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, just go to the main page, the home page of this YouTube channel, right? Click on the little subscribe button. If you click on the bell to the right, you'll be notified every time I do video. And if you would like to support this channel, you can also click on the Patreon button at the end of this live chat. You'll be taken there. And you can always write me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. All right. Value in you. You're a super good dude no matter what happens. You should be proud. Seriously, there are people who yelled at suicidal bridge jumpers to jump. I know. I won't say they should be shot, but their karma will come back. At least you're a part of the solution. Try to help. Yeah, Genesis, that's the first book of the Bible, and God created the heaven and earth. Isn't that right? Hope you and Mrs. Bloch had a nice holiday. Not really, but we're having a good time going forward. No, I'm not a therapist. I'm a mental health educator. So a little difference. I'm a writer and an educator. And yes, life. I'll look up Genesis. I think the third is not where God separated the light from the dark. I'm joking, of course. I know it's a musical group. And by the way, in terms of people jumping off bridges, if you ever know someone who might be in that state, please take them to this website. It's called overcomingsuicidalpain.com. It took me 3 years to create. It's for people who are suffering suicidal pain. And by the way, of course, that's why people take their own lives, right? They don't wake up and say, God, the sun is out. I feel so great. I'm going to see my daughter and son at 4 o'clock, but at 3:50, I'll jump off the Fremont Bridge. No, people don't say that. They say, I've been in pain. I can't take it anymore. It's never going to go away. There's no hope. There's no purpose for living. All I have is suffering. I might as well take care of my suffering by ending my life. That's what goes into suicide. But the thing is that state is not permanent. There is help. There is hope if you reach out and seek it. Having been there about 6 or 7 times, I can tell you that's the truth. Oh yeah, one of my blessings of 2020 is finding 7 Rules of Life artwork on Amazon. My favorite is number 1, let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Josh Chu says, you're a true inspiration. Well, same to you. I'm sorry about the loss of your cousin, the loss of your father, your schizophrenic diagnosis for your sister, but you are bigger and more resilient than that. I don't care what happens to you, you can resurrect. Last one, I'm shy whenever I walk out of a house. I barely talk. I'm around strangers and my blood pressure is going through the roof. Well, what do you think is causing that? If you have social anxiety, there are many, many treatments for that. Exposure therapy. Go find yourself a good counselor. Hey, Lagai, Lisa, Alberta, love you too, baby. We are going to meet one day, but anyway, yes, thank you for your support, your financial support. I'm sorry for the loss of your father, the suffering you've been through, the suffering I've been through. We've both been through suffering, but the good news is we're supporting each other. We're supporting the people on this channel. They're supporting us. It's one big mutual support system. Any final comments? It's 12:59 p.m. In 1 minute, I'm going to get off this chair. My hip is sore. I should not be sitting for more than 20 minutes, but I broke the rule because I wanted to stay connected to you guys. I think it's important for people to try to make life better, even if they fail. Trying still matters. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. That is the key. You know, persistence. Pick yourself up. Try again. Never give up. Robert Jenkins, seasons come and go. Everything shall pass. Merry Christmas, Doug. Hope you had a good holiday. I'm doing well, so I cannot complain compared to how I was a year ago. I'm doing terrific. Well, again, Robert, if you ever want to write up your story or be on my Back from the Brink, thank you for your generosity. Goodbye, 2021. Carry it. Not quite yet. It's not New Year's Eve, but yeah, we're getting close, aren't we? Value in you. You're more than welcome. It's my pleasure to be here. Happiness is not something that occurs randomly. It has to be something to be created by the most resolved one. Do something that makes you feel better about yourself. Absolutely. Good riddance, 2021. Welcome, 2022. It's 1 o'clock. So, for the next 15 minutes, you guys can continue to chat amongst yourselves. You can continue to support yourselves. You can also leave a last-minute donation if you would like to. And when I speak to you next year, it will be 2022. So I hope you have a safe New Year's Eve. I hope you do something to bring in the new year. And happy New Year, New Year's Eve. What is that? Friday night? We're going to a burning bowl ceremony. I hope you go to your own ritual. And it is amazing. I'll say one more thing. When I was about in 1975, I looked ahead into the future. I said, wow, the year 2000, God almighty, that's like light years away. Actually, when I was 18, so it was 1967. I wonder if it will ever come, the year 2000. Wow, the new millennium. Wow, wow, wow. Now, it's 2022. Where did the time go? Life is short. Make sure you do what you love, because if you don't, things will come and go and you'll miss out on, you know, the good you could have experienced and expressed. So, keep loving, keep giving, keep active, keep engaged, keep positive. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. See you next year, January 2nd, 2022. As we say, south of the border, hasta luego.